Good day, viewers. This is TechMag TV News. My name is Stephanie Truter, and these are the headlines. Madzibaba Veshanduko accuses ZANU PF of using him to win Guruve. CCC sets sights on the rural vote. POTRAZ Manager brings evidence to court rejected by CCC duo Mombe and Chimbiri. Zinara increases toll fees. In our top story, Godfrey Chidao Karemera, an activist of opposition party Citizens Coalition for Change, popularly known as Madzibaba Veshanduko, has said ZANU PF used him to win Guruve Ward 7 by-elections. Madzibaba Veshanduko exclusively narrated his ordeal live on TechMag TV last Friday when he said his torture was ZANU PF's strategy to win Guruve Ward, as they used it to intimidate and threaten Ward 7 residents. Speaking to TechMag TV editor-in-chief Tony Rutsito, Madzibaba told viewers that Guruve residents were threatened if they were to vote for CCC, that they would face the same music as Madzibaba if they were to vote against the ZANU PF candidate on the 26th of March by-elections. Madzibaba Veshanduko added that some families ran away from their homes out of fear and did not get a chance to vote, stating that some of them may not even have returned home. Madzibaba went on to state that the ruling party ZANU PF should give the CCC a fair chance in winning the elections, as well as put an end to the violence the party has been allowed to inflict since the country's independence. He added that this was not his first time being abducted, as he was abducted before for supporting the late Mombe and Chimbiri during Robert Mugabe's term. CCC set sights on the rural vote. The opposition outfit Citizens Coalition for Change has stepped up efforts to penetrate the rural areas which have been traditionally ZANU PF strongholds. In a statement made on his Twitter account, the party Secretary General Carlton Wende said the party has launched Operation Hendai Kumusha, targeting the rural electorate in order to win the seats in the ZANU PF strongholds. The opposition has dominated the urban areas since its formation, but the rural electorate has been the deciding factor in the presidential elections, and the CCC is not leaving anything to chance in its quest to win the 2023 general elections. In our other local news, a manager with the Postal and Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe, Tapera Kazembe, has brought damning evidence which has however been rejected by the Citizens Coalition for Change duo of Johanna Mombe and Cecilia Chimbiri. The state called Kazembe as their witness from POTRAZ, who, despite having finished giving evidence, was called again. Through prosecutor Michael Reza, Kazembe tried to tender some photos showing different locations within Harare. The CCC members, Mombe and Chimbiri, opposed the admission of fresh evidence by the Postal and Telecommunications Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe witness who had closed his testimony last week. The state also produced call logs alleged from Econet Zimbabwe and marked them annexures H and J, which were rejected by the duo's lawyer Alec Machedehama. Machedehama urged the court cannot take Kazembe's new evidence because he's not an expert in that department. The lawyer said the documents can only be filed or created by experts, not a manager from POTRAZ. Mombe and Chimbiri also stand accused of staging a demonstration in breach of COVID-19 regulations. Zimbabwe National Roads Administration has increased toll fees with effect from yesterday. The tariffs for light motor vehicles have been pegged at 300 Zimbabwean dollars and $2 US. For minibuses, motorists will fork out 450 Zimbabwean dollars or $3 US. Heavy vehicles will pay 730 Zimbabwean dollars or $5 US. Haulage fee tariff fees have been set at 1,450 Zimbabwean dollars or $10 US. Motorists are already facing high fuel costs and displayed roads, which cause their vehicles to frequently break down, and it never rains but it pours with this new development. Blatantly, Zimbabweans now have another burden added after the latest hike. In a public notice, Zinara said the toll fees that are paid in foreign currency are payable in Zimbabwean dollars as well. The Dr. George Manyaya-led Zimbabwe National Road Administration Board has started dispersing funds to road authorities to facilitate the ongoing countrywide road rehabilitation program, with $3.2 Zimbabwean billion having been dispersed so far. At least 16 billion Zimbabwean dollars will be advanced for the program this year after going up from the 12 billion. The 12 billion Zimbabwean dollars allocated last year enabled massive road works that were undertaken under the auspices of the Emergency Road Rehabilitation Program 2. The Second Republic, under the leadership of President Mnangagwa, has been on a major infrastructure development drive and believes that modernizing national transport infrastructure will spur economic growth. ZANU's Public Relations and Marketing Manager, Mr. Tendai Mugabe, said they are on course to meet the set targets for this year. Mr. Mugabe said ZANU only provides the funds while the Department of Roads is responsible for undertaking the projects. RBZ Governor upfights against economic crimes as FIU hires experts. Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe Governor Dr. Maponetsa Muganchika has not made it a secret in his quest to fight economic crimes. Muganchika's Financial Intelligence Unit, which falls under the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, has upped the ante against the financial crimes, particularly illicit currency trading and abuse of foreign currency auction systems. Over 200 local businesses so far have been slapped with heavy penalties by the FIU for manipulating the foreign currency exchange rate through illicit currency trading and abusing the foreign currency auction system. Currently, it has a staff complement of 27 permanent workers. It intends to recruit 19 experts in forensic auditing and accounting as well as other specialists. FIU Director General Mr. Oliver Chiperesa made revelations that the new staff will also boost the organization's capacity to track money that is siphoned out of the country. It is envisaged that the new experts will also strengthen the unit's supervision and monitoring of non-bank financial institutions, including designated non-financial businesses. Maswere digitally connects Mapno to the First Lady's Angel of Hope and for the Love of Africa. Minister of Information, Communication, Technology, Postal and Courier Services, Jeffrey Maswere, has connected Matabeleland North Province to First Lady's Angel of Hope and for the Love of Africa, as well as with the government of Zimbabwe in bringing the rural to urban divide in the context of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Minister Maswere was addressing the crowd in Matabeleland last week, where he highlighted the need to bridge the rural-urban divide. He said the partners are working tirelessly in turning around the macro-environment landscape of Zimbabwe by focusing on digital economy and human capital development priorities. And now in our regional news, at least 7 dead in a train derailment in DRC Congo. At least 7 people were killed on Saturday night in a new freight train derailment in Lualaba province in southern East Democratic Republic of Congo. A new train accident has claimed the lives of at least 7 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo. According to a local official of the National Railway Company of Congo, the freight train was made up of 8 wagons. It was leaving Tenke in Lualaba province for Kananga in the Kasai region. The accident took place in the village of Buyofwe, located about 200 kilometers from Kolwezi, capital of Lualaba province. The derailment comes 2 weeks after a train crash in the same village in mid-March that left at least 75 people dead and 125 injured, according to the government in Kinshasa. Train derailments are not uncommon in the DRC because of the lack of passenger trains or passable roads. Passengers often use freight trains to travel long distances. And now in international news, England ends free virus tests under living with COVID plan. The British government is ending the supply of free rapid coronavirus tests to most of the population, even though the COVID-19 infections remain at record levels, and health officials warn the pandemic could still have nasty surprises in store. More than 1.7 billion test kits have been handed out in the workplaces, pharmacies, and by mail over the past year, the government says, under a policy that encouraged people to test themselves regularly as a way to stamp out new outbreaks. But starting Friday, most people in England will have to buy lateral flow tests from pharmacies or online suppliers. Tests will remain free for staff in high-risk settings such as hospitals, nursing homes, hospices, and prisons, but under the government's Living with COVID plan, most of others who live in England will now have to pay. Some free testing will continue for several weeks in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And now in our tech news, Zim offers Quinji data-free new online store. Zimbabwe has launched the first data-free store called Quinji, an e-commerce Zimbabwe zero-rated e-commerce platform. This new zero-rated player in the market called Quinji is looking to, in their own words, disrupt the online shopping experience in Zimbabwe, which launched on the 4th of April this month. Quinji is offering customers a heavenly online experience on earth apparently. Quinji is looking to muscle into the market with 5 core pillars, which according to the Quinji staff are speed, convenience, safety, quality, affordability, and customer centrism. The e-commerce platform is starting out in Harare with services extending as far as Chitungwiza, Rowe, and Umisdale. This has been TechMag TV News. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe as we keep bringing you more top stories. We'll see you next time.